All right, my math people, here we go. We got lesson 1-7. We're going to write algebraic expressions. Now, expressions means no equal sign. So algebraic means we're going to have variables. But we're going to have no equal sign for these, which just means we're not going to solve anything. We're just going to write it out with algebra. So there are some key terms that we will see, and they stand for our major operations here. So addition can be sum, increased by, added to, more, combined with. Subtraction has a bunch of words. Difference, decreased by, taken from, less, fewer. Multiplication, product means multiplication. Times, double, that means multiplying by 2. Twice is the same thing. Triple, multiplying by 3. Per, a lot of times means multiply. Division, quotient, goes into half. That's dividing by 2. 1/3 dividing by 3. Divided by, of course, is division. Why is that even on there? Equals. Now, we're not going to have any equals on this one. On the next set of notes, we will. So let's just cover what the words are. Is, was, the same as, result, total. That all means that you're going to use an equal sign. Now, there are a couple more that we're going to look at. The words, the quantity. The quantity means you're going to use parentheses. More than, less than. The than means the order is going to be inverted or switched. So if you have 2 less than something, the 2 goes last instead. All right, so let's look at this. We're going to go through this. So we've got 7. Okay, that's a number. That's good. Less, that's subtraction. So I'm subtracting 7. Than. Ooh, there's a word. Than. Than means we switch the order. So we're going to subtract 7, but at the end of the problem. So that's what the than means. It's going to be at the end of the problem. What's at the front of the problem? A number. So a number is like a variable of some sort. I'll just use n. I'm not a communist. All right, so I get n minus 7. 7 less than, put -7 at the end, and then a number, put the number at the beginning. So that just means the than, we're switching the order there. 3 times a number more than 5. Okay, so let's look at this. We've got 3 times a number. So that's indicating 3 times n. More than, plus, and then this means switch the order. 5. All right, so that means 5 is going to come first. More than, that means we're going to add 5. And then 3 times number, that's going to go last. So we were adding 3 times the number, which means 3n. More, so we're adding it. And then 5 goes over here because of the word than, which means we switch them. Now, technically, you could write 3n plus 5, but when we see than, we're going to get in the habit of switching them because sure, in addition, it doesn't matter, but in subtraction, it definitely does matter. So we're just going to get in the habit of switching it every single time when we see that and, than, just so we don't get out of the habit and mess up our subtraction problems. Next one, the difference, that's subtraction, of 12 and what else? Half a number. There's no than in this one. So I'm going to just do 12 minus, because it's difference, I'm subtracting. What are we subtracting? 12 and half a number. Half means we are dividing by 2. That was one of our words up here. So that would be n over 2. 8 times, that's multiplication. The quantity, that means parentheses. So what's in parentheses? All of this stuff over here. 9 fewer than a number. Than, so the order is switching. The number is going to come first. Subtracting 9 is going to come second. So let's do the parentheses first. The quantity, it's the quantity of this over here. The number comes first. 9 fewer goes last because of the than word there. What goes outside the parentheses? 8 times. There we go. Next, product. We are multiplying. What are we multiplying? 3 and a number. So we're just going to write 3 times a number, 3n. Next, 10 decreased by. Okay, so that means 10 minus. There's no than. So 10 decreased by what? The quotient, that means division, of a number and 4. So I'm going to take a number and 4 because it's division quotient. So 10 decreased by the quotient dividing a number and 4. Next, a number, that's the variable, combined, that means we're adding 6 times the number. So multiplying 6 times the number. So I'm going to take a number, n, I'm going to add it with 6 times the number. So there's the number. We're combining or adding it with 6 times the same number. Product, multiply. What are we multiplying? We're multiplying 2 and the quantity, parentheses, number less than 1. So that means we're going to switch the order here. All right, less means subtraction, and we're switching the order. Let's start with the parentheses, the quantity part. Quantity, and then what's in the quantity? This stuff. Number less than 1. So 1 goes first, minus a number goes second. It was less, so it's subtraction. Number goes last. So what goes out front? Product means we're multiplying 2 times that parenthesis. The quantity is the parenthesis. All right, last thing we got is error analysis. So you're going to have problems like this that have been solved, but you have to find the error. So normally we would distribute first. Let's see, -3 times x is -3x. -3 times -5, 15. No error so far. The 8's still there, the 16 is still there, and the 2x is still there. The next step would be to combine like terms. I do have like terms here. 8 and 15, when I combine them, I do get 23. So -3x, that's fine. 8 and 15 is 23, that's fine. And then 16 plus 2x, everything's looking great. We're still good. Balancing comes next because I have x's on both sides. So I've got -3x and +2x, and they get -x here. That's a problem because they should have used the properties of equality. You have to subtract -2x across that equal sign. So they didn't subtract 2x, they added 2x to both sides, and that's not good. That's not what an American would do. So we get -3x plus 23. Our mistake is right here. So we're going to start on this part and redo the problem to get the correct answer. Okay, so at this point, draw the line. Instead of adding 2x to both sides, they should have subtracted 2x to both sides. So they should have gotten -5x plus 23 equals 16. Now we can use our subtraction property of equality and subtract 23 from both sides. That gives us -5x equals -7. And then we would divide by -5 on both sides. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. 5 doesn't go into 7, and those don't reduce. So the answer should have been 7/5. All right, math people. That's all I got for you. Math hard. See you next time. Bye-bye.